So, hello everyone. We are at the Scientific Park of Lleida, at the expo room in the Federico building, and we have today a presentation of the library our colleague Eric is developing for driving the Liquid Galaxy with Google Assistant. We have on site several students and also remotely Renato and Freyas, and maybe later will come also some other mentors, we hope. And it's your turn. So the agenda is you introduce us as the library. I hope you make a demo, and also all the students, local and remote, will have to ask you after your presentation about how they have to implement your library in their project. Every student will have a few minutes to ask you about how they have to use the library, and also you have to exchange about to launch a demo, and also how to launch some inner functions inside the application. Is that the agenda?
Yes.
So please raise the mic to your voice, and it's up to you.
Okay, so let's go. Hello everyone, my name is Eric. Today I'm going to show you my library, the Dialog Flow Assistant Library. The voice kit to control the Liquid Galaxy. Anyone worked before with Dialog Flow? Well, I don't myself, but I don't know if any else worked before. Okay, what I designed is the webhook and the package of the interns. It will be all the project in the GitHub. First, I will show you the webhook. The webhook is the server that the Dialogflow is going to send information. Dialogflow is going to send the action, and on the intern, the parameters that you pass in your speech. This is just, you will receive a JSON. The JSON that you receive in the webhook is this one. I'm going to show you. Okay, Google, talk to Liquid Galaxy.
Okay, here's the test version of Liquid Galaxy. Good day. What can I do for you today?
Move left.
Going left.
Okay, you can see that text to speech is going left because it's the text that it will send to the Liquid Galaxy, to the system to talk. Stop.
Eric, mic, mute.
Stop. But this is the response going left, and the package that you receive is not printed. I forgot it, but you just receive a JSON that is called params and the intern. To classify the interns, we have the library of introduction of Google, that is just simple response. And you need to build the intents. Intent stop, that will be a function of stop, movements, flies, search, where, find a plane. These intents, you need to build them here. This is the intent that you are going to say that the Liquid Galaxy exists. Here we can see fly. The fly intent is the intent that when you say fly to a city, we move the Liquid Galaxy. Here we don't have any Liquid Galaxy, but tomorrow we are going to try it. But we have the responses. We can test the responses. It's just to test it. Okay, Google, talk to Liquid Galaxy.
Alright, getting the test version of Liquid Galaxy. Hello, how can I help you?
Fly to Sorocaba.
Flying to Sorocaba.
Okay. This will send a query to system called fly to the city that you're
Sorry,
in.
can you say that again?
Stop. And then this will return the query to system, and the system will fly to the city that you say. Find a plane. This one is for our friend Albert, because we were talking about to identify planes and show one plane and say the description of plane. This is implemented. We received the plane that we asked. You can try it if you want. Okay, Google, talk to Liquid Galaxy.
Alright, Getting the test version of Liquid Galaxy. Good day. What can I do for you today?
Show me IP3321.
Nice plane. Good choice.
Okay, and you can see the plane, stop. You can see the plane name and the plane number. This will pass the filter that Albert built. I know the kind of filters, but this is just the plane, and using the Chimera API, it will bring just this plane and information. What details we have more? We have more movements. Movements of the things like orbit, zoom, go left, go down, go faster, stop. The basic movements of the liquid galaxy. You will need to set the direction, and the direction will move the liquid galaxy. And it's just an example, but the difference between left and orbit will be the response and the liquid galaxy will orbit, but will give two different responses. Left is going to be going left, going down, going zoom, going up, and the orbit will say let's orbit. But the function is the same, because if one of you is going to try it, it doesn't care about the response, it's just to be more fluent conversation or just more words. Then we have run demos. This will be the intent to run all your demos. I introduced the system, the name all of you to detect the variables, and you can say run demo of Marcel, and we run Gregoria, or run demo of Ivan, and we run the demo of Ivan. Now we just need to add the script of the execution in the server, and this will run. The intent is created, the file is created, just need to add the file. Stop. And stop will be the intent that will stop the movement of the liquid galaxy. Why I built two different types, that is movements or stop. If a stop is a kind of movement, because I play with the context. We have the input context that will be movement, that will be thrown from a movement, and stop will kill this context. Why? Because if we are stopping, the galaxy does not move, say stop doesn't have any sense, and I'll play with the context. And where we return the latitude and longitude of your liquid galaxy. This, if anyone has had enough money to pay the API of Google Maps, can throw this latitude and longitude to the Google Maps API, and will return the name of the position you are. For example, if you are in Barcelona, we will say, you're in Barcelona. These things. But this is so expensive. And these are the basic movements of the liquid galaxy. If anyone wants to use my API, we need to follow the example of the Chimera API. That will be download the server, it's a router, like the router express, need to bind the file, server.js, and use the router. Just need these 3 lines of code, and we have the system. The system now is built in the path it's deployed on Ngrok. If anyone doesn't know Ngrok is just software to open a tunnel between the net and your computer. I installed the system in the path/system because with just one server I can have the Chimera API, the system, and all your programs that you want to build. And this is the core of the application. Anyone have any doubt?
I want to see this running on the Google Earth. Why is not running the Google Earth now? Because you are showing us some nice demos, but I want to see the Google Earth moving, listening to your orders.
But the problem is that they don't have any Google Earth here.
So we have to have it. Why?
Tomorrow when the
tomorrow, okay.
If you want. But
But it has to be today. So you cannot show it on the screen simultaneously. You cannot show a Google Earth next to in the right side of the screen.
The problem, I didn't understand. The problem is that I will show you. Is to doesn't touch the master of the liquid galaxy. I need to build like a Frankenstein program that I build the system, the server of the system, to the server. And to move the Liquid Galaxy, we use the driver of the Space Navigator, and we write the events on the Space Navigator. For this one, we need the Space Navigator, the driver of the Space Navigator, and install the program, the other program. The other program is just an event writer. For example, okay Google, talk to Liquid Galaxy.
Sure, let's get the test version of Liquid Galaxy. Hello, how can I help you?
Go up.
Going up.
Stop. As you can see, this will be the master. It's just the minimum software that I need to install in the master, but if I don't install this software, there's no any option to move the Liquid Galaxy. That this receive a packet sent from a socket from the webhook. I open a socket in the master in Python. I send through TCP protocol the direction, and this will write the event in the Space Navigator, and the Liquid Galaxy interacts like just Space Navigator. It's the minimum software to install in the master because I need to interact like a driver, like if we interact as a Space Navigator or any software, and this is the minimum software that I use.
So the idea is that we have to modify the main core of the Liquid Galaxy to support your voice IPA.
They're really not, because you just need to install your program and you don't modify anything. You just write a string in the event listener that is a Space Navigator, and if you doesn't do that, if that doesn't affect, because just when you write an event, someone listens and doesn't do anything more, and just do that. But if we don't write event in the next existing drivers, we can't say to Liquid Galaxy move.
Okay, stay here. So let's start by the left. Ivan, I'm going to pass the mic to you. So we have to make a conversation between all of the projects with them. So in which way are you going to use the RPA? I mean, do you already have an idea of...
Yeah.
You have to talk here.
I think that
Brought the mic to you, more, please.
I will need to, for the students to be able to use the Google Assistant, I think that it might be a good idea to make them be able to start like games instead of searching them, because there will be a lot of games. Instead of searching them by name, saying to the Google Assistant, hey, I want to play this game and the name of the game. And then the Google Assistant might, with the dialog flow, should send to the application something that I will, with the application, be able to make the game start. And then maybe other actions that I haven't thought yet, but that's all.
The question is, with the explanation, you get the point how to use the library in your proposed actions?
Well, I have been looking in the internet, and I have to make something in my application to be able to interact with the Google Assistant, and he should make some intents to make these new instructions to make it work. And
Your application is an Android-based application,
Yeah.
and that point I sent to you all of Google have a special library for including.
that's it.
That's
Yeah.
it. You're going to use that.
Yes.
Okay. So the point is that today you have to understood something about Eric's talk, and then implement this. Remember, all the projects have to have at least the demo launching, some kind of demo, and also at least 2 different entries on your projects. Same something like the demo Eric has shown about Echo Yankee Victor 1, 2, 3, 4 plane and recognizing. So launching the demo and also 2 different options inside the program. Those have to be implemented for you to approve next month. Not this month, but next month, and the last review.
You will need to insert a new intern that this will display to your webhook, that this will shoot to your, I think that it will be Android, like a URL. As we talked in the last meet with Mark and Andreu, we are going to build the full implement of the library in the Albert's project, and we can follow the template. But I was reading about Android, and in your case, you just need to insert, well, depend of the version of the Android, because I think that you need to modify the Android manifest and insert the line that will execute the URL that you are throwing to your system.
Yeah.
This will be a deploy like an API, just in your internal in your internal phone. But I think that the problem that Andreu talks about the library, I think the library just for Android is higher than you have in your tablet. Like I think the tablet is Android 4.
The tablet is 7.
7. I think that the easy way, I think it's 8 or because we was talking about.
Which tablet is 7? Both tablets are 7? No.
The Acer que no es Chromebook, yes.
Yeah, but the other one, the Acer Chromebook will be.
Chromebook, I don't know what.
It will be the last one.
Maybe
Then any problem, because when we stuck in the I/O, I think that they talk about Android Q. That's the last Android, and I think brings the new APIs, and the new API have these calls to simplify it. But I don't know if you have the last version, then the problem. But if you have lower versions, maybe you have some troubles implementing this library because it's a huge way to implement. I don't know how to say it.
Okay, he has to try. So, Claudia, it's your time.
Well,
Don't look at me. Just please approach the mic to your mouth and.
sí. Well, I was thinking that I can include it to, like I have 3 cities, I can put flying to Lleida, flying to Barcelona, flying to New York, and it will go to this city. And the second function, I know when you are already in Lleida, like it use this to fly a plane. We can modify this code and put it to find homeless, and it will show all the homeless in this city.
All the homeless.
All the homeless, or find volunteers.
Not a concrete.
Or show volunteers.
Show all of them or one person.
I know.
I know. No,
I
you don't
don't
know.
know. I
You
don't
don't know. So okay. And
Why not?
have you understood how you have to implement this on your application?
Well,
That's the main question here today. Eric,
I will.
I mean, you have Eric 3 meters away, but Reyes and Renato have them thousands of kilometers away. So the point is that you understand, of course, you will have Eric.
Well, I will integrate it into the web interface, not in the Android application.
Yeah,
It
sure.
will be more
It has
easy.
to be on the website, not the Android. Mike.
I think that will be Claudia, Marcel, and Albert. The good part of the HTML5 and the integration flow is just an iframe that you will need to insert this code. That this will be enable you to do the dialog flow in your site. It just, if you want, I will show you. If you don't worry, I will show you.
María, mira. Aguanta aquí això així, que em ficaré aquí i explicaré una cosa. ¿Vale? So in the meantime, I want to show this to the camera and to our colleagues. This is the logo of the Eric's library, and also we have some logos of our partners, Intech 3D, Stimulo, Xtorm, and of course Google Sum of Code. Hey guys, we are developing. Hey guys, look at this. So because one second. Mainly for the Ivan's Ticket Galaxy for Education, we have developed these two designs. This was designed by one e-learner student before you, and this one was designed by Stimulo Design Agency. And those things are Google Assistant with Raspberry Pi 3 embedded. We can see this here. And those ones are the ones that Ivan will use with this library on his application to launch with the button the instructions for the student. Here is the holding area for the tablet. This is self-standing. Those has been especially developed for the Ticket Galaxy for Education. You can continue.
Okay. Just with the 4 lines to insert the code of the pedagogic flow, and you can see that it's working so well. So move like. And right. It's full integration just in a few lines. And this enable the microphone. You need to say yes about the microphone. And we can talk if you want, but if you prefer to write, it's the same. Whereas you're free, if you have web applications, you don't have any problem. Maybe you have more plans to go inside the object, but it's just search. And out.
So well, for me, for my project, I haven't any button that will be play the demo, for example, so I think that will be a problem. But the first use case, that is show the drone path, I have a drone path that acts like a demo. So one intent in your voice control will be launch this drone path demo. And on the other hand, I have as Barn gallery images. I have one gallery that acts like a demo too. So I think that this will be the other kind of demo that will launch your system. So that's all for my project.
And you know how to implement it? You already understand
I
it?
know because I have worked with Google Assistant.
I know.
Years.
I know.
Yeah.
I know that.
So that's all.
So, okay.
Anything to say?
Albert?
Okay, so as we've seen before, one of the functions that we will implement in my project is the one that find plane. Yes. Okay, so I think that we could work on new functions. For example, find plane by country. Okay, in the API that I'm using, you can insert as parameters latitude and longitude, and we already have a library that translates this latitude and longitude to countries. So I think that we may link this to a function that gives us the planes when we insert a country name. Okay, for example, Google find planes in Spain. Okay, and we could just show the planes in Spain or any country available. Also, we could work on another function that does the same, but searching by company. Okay, as a parameter, one of the parameters that I have in the API is the ID, and in the first three letters of the ID is the company. Okay, so we could work on a library that links those 3 letters that are always the same for each company to make this function. For example, find me the planes from insert company name and show just these planes. And I think that we could work on several more functions.
Okay. I think that your part of the demo and your demo, you just need to build a public, like the node you're doing, a public path to access to the KMLs or images, and just say to the dialog flow, for example, you show me KML drone path 1, and if he identifies the KML 1 as a KML, this is sent to your API, and API calls to my other API, and this will display the KML. And in your case, that is the same. Yeah, if you have, as you are doing in the view, that check, I click in Spain shows the planes that you are doing this now. Just the way it's changed the web interface to the voice interface that will be show me Spain, and call your API, that your API will know that Spain have this document saying to my API, and this will simplify the work. You need build the filters, and if in your API you can filter from the view interface, the user interface, and this is to change the way you call this API to the voice interface. You just need to build the intents, and it's not. I think that the most difficult part is build the filters, and you are doing this now.
Yeah, well, the filters are already built in the API, in the public API that I'm using, and it can accept filter as parameters, so I think it will work. And my question is, do I need a button in my web to implement this Google Assistant feature, or I don't need it?
You need to build a way to call if you are using your web interface, if you want to say the web interface and just insert a button, it's just insert this one. And I don't know how it does do this now, but if you see the iframes that you can use in HTML5, I don't know if lower version, but this doesn't care. In HTML5 you can say allow microphone, and you can allow all your peripherals, and you say microphone, and just pull the button and activate your microphone, and this will do the query. Because you just need going to send the voice, the text-to-speech and speech-to-text text process will do it Google for you. Then just need to insert this way with the iframe, search the way that the button is just a button with a microphone, but this is just, like I insert here now, just a little bit of CSS or JavaScript, and transform this one to a button.
Renato, you can talk now.
Okay.
Oh.
What? Sorry?
Yeah, you can start, go.
Okay. To implement the Eric library, I can use to basically select more sensors to show in the galaxy. And I don't know, maybe register a new sensor. And I can talk with Eric later today because of my project installation for tomorrow presentation. And I think that's it, because when you talk about my application, it's just more to make my application more interactable with persons who cannot use a computer or a tablet.
I think that maybe you will have some problems in the part of sensors, because the authentication part,
I really don't know how to do it with the voice assistant. I don't know. The part I don't know so well your project, but when you insert a new sensor, you are doing with the user, and some user create the sensor, where it's public create a sensor. Because if you need to use users, I don't know how to do the process of identification in the system. Really, I don't know it.
Why? I don't understand why you have to do this.
Because he have the database, the database of Renato has Andreu have this sensor. It's like user can create a lot of sensors, but it's from the user to which user is creating the sensor. You need to do an identification process, and I don't know how to do the login in the system.
You don't have to do it. He has to do it.
I think that this conversation is...
Yeah, of course. But, I mean, it's on his site.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's
So, Renato, the point, and Shreyas, the point, if you don't have it clear tomorrow, you have to have something ready to show on our big liquid galaxy, that is this one. I don't know if you're seeing it. This one.
Okay.
We will have 55 inches screens running with the Liquid Galaxy and the server. And the point is that tomorrow you have to have your software, you Renato, and on the server, and use Reyes connected to the server because your application is a Flutter application and it's not a server base. And for tomorrow, you have to do nothing related to the voice. You have to know what's the possibilities, and this has to be for the last review next month, not for tomorrow, of course. But tomorrow, the important thing is that you have to show something on the Liquid Galaxy big screens, or you will be discarded from the program. It's not my point, it's Google's point. I mean, tomorrow, you too have to be shown something on our screens. Is the sign that all the other students feeling the pressure?
Yes.
Are you feeling the pressure?
I destroyed that.
This is being recorded, so that's the funny point. I mean, so you have only 1 day left, less than 1 day left, to have something showing up on our system. It has to be easy because theoretically you have your code developed. So you Renato installing the software with the help of Eric here, and use Reyes connecting your application to our server. So let's continue. Renato, after this presentation, and Reyes, you have to know a little bit more what are the functionalities of the API from Eric, the Google Assistant API. For next month, you have to implement this. You have plenty of time to do it and to decide what kind of functionalities you want to do. But for tomorrow, you have to have the demo ready. So the point now is, Renato, I understand that you will have several sensors from Facens API, Facens sensors, and then you have sensors coming from other inputs. And also at some point, I hope, you will have access to the sensors we have developed here with Amin. Anyone knows Amin? Is Amin there?
Yes.
Is there Amin? No, it's not there, Amin. So the point is that you will have to show these sensors tomorrow, and in the future, in the next month, you have to implement some way of showing up these sensors on the screens with the Liquid Galaxy, with the Google Assistant, with the Google Assistant integration. Okay? Tomorrow showing up something, and in the next 3 weeks, launching it also with the Google Assistant. So, Shreyas, what's your point? Have you understood the library?
Yes, I'll need to see how to implement it on Dart. I'm not quite sure about it. I'm planning to mostly use it for searching the modules or having a Google search for any place, things like that.
Okay. In the main core of the API, Eric has already explained, has all the basic functionalities of our Android application. So, could you please explain this, Eric?
Yes.
You have already implemented go to poise, go to change to the moon, all the basic...
The basic things that you can do with the Liquid Galaxy is implemented.
With the Liquid Galaxy controller, Android controller.
No.
So you can go to a place.
Yes.
You can go to a point.
Yes.
You can change to the moon.
Yes.
Yes. You can make an orbit.
Yes.
This is all the basic functionalities that are already implemented on the Android side.
Okay.
So Shreyas is developing a new version with Flutter, with Dart, of the Android version. So theoretically, Shreyas, you don't have to have too much problems. I don't know how to implement it in Dart. I don't know. I don't have the slightest idea. It's your question. But for you is that all the library is already supporting that kind of controls we have on the Liquid Galaxy controller. So you are doing a new version of the Liquid Galaxy controller, so theoretically you don't have to have too much problems because it's the same, unless you have problems with Dart and with the Flutter stuff. But I want to imagine that Google has this solved because it's not far away from Android.
That is the only thing which I need to look into. Apart from that, I don't think I have any issues.
Okay, so remember, you Renato and Shreyas, you have always Eric here to help, and you have still three weeks to develop this part of the Google Assistant, you and all the other students. But the question today was for Eric showing up what is the functionality already implemented, and you will continue the conversation with him, implementing it on your programs, on your projects. Okay? So you two please remember that today this has to be running. Tomorrow Central European summertime at 9:45 we will start. You have to have something running here. And the pressure is yours and also from Eric, because he has to help you and the other students. So, any other question? No?
No.
Go back.
No.
No? No? No?
I don't have any questions. Can I continue this conversation with Eric after this?
Of course. You can have it. It's free. Eric is free for you.
Thank you.
Later. Let's do this in the laboratories, not here, okay? Because we are downstairs. We are in the main data liquid galaxy lab site.
Yes.
Okay.
What hour do you have there? No.
What is your time? Your home time?
Right now it's 4:15 p.m.
4:50 p.m.
Okay.
Cinco menos 10.
I think that in 1 hour I will be able to talk because now we are going to maybe dinner.
Lunch.
Lunch.
Okay. At 5? Then?
What?
At 5?
I send you a message from Slack, but in 1 hour.
Okay. So I'm gonna close the video. Say bye bye. Hey, say bye bye. 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 See you tomorrow because tomorrow we.